In the beginning, the earth was a place of beauty and wonder. But over time, humanity, once created in the image of God, became corrupt. Sin spread like a plague, and wickedness ruled the hearts of men. But amidst the chaos and decay, there stood a man, righteous and blameless in his generation, Noah. The book of Genesis, chapter 6, speaks of a time when God saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Genesis 6 verse 5, the earth had become corrupted with violence. But Noah, unlike his peers, found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and, behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. Genesis 6 verse 13-14, the Lord, in his justice and mercy, commands Noah to build a vessel, an ark large enough to hold 2 of every living creature, a boat that would carry life itself through the coming flood. For God had decided to cleanse the earth of its sin, to start anew, but he would preserve Noah, his family, and the creatures of the world. And so it began. The building of the ark was no small task. God gave Noah the precise measurements for this colossal vessel, 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits in breadth, and 30 cubits in height. Genesis 6 verse 15, the size of the ark was beyond imagination. Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, labored day after day, crafting the wood, sealing the seams with pitch, creating rooms to house the living creatures that would soon fill the ark. The ark became a symbol of hope in a dying world. While the people outside mocked Noah's obedience, ridiculing him for his faith, Noah continued. He was warned of God of things not seen as yet, things to come. Hebrews 11 verse 7, he was moved with fear and built the ark, not just for his own survival but for the preservation of the very essence of life. And then, the time came. As Noah's work neared completion, the Lord commanded Noah to gather the creatures. 2 of every kind, male and female, entered the ark, just as God had instructed. The animals came, just as the Lord had spoken. There were clean beasts and unclean, birds and creeping things, all in their pairs, entering the ark to escape the coming deluge. Noah's family, 8 souls in total, boarded the ark, each with a task to fulfill in the preservation of life. Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Genesis 7 verse 1, and when the ark was filled, and the door was shut, there was no turning back. The storm that would soon come would change everything. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain fell upon the earth. The fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Genesis 7 verse 11, water poured from the sky and surged from the earth, submerging all that was in its path. The floodwaters covered the earth, even to the highest hills, and all flesh perished that moved upon the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heaven. Genesis 7 verse 21-23, only Noah and those with him remained alive. For days and weeks, the world was a vast, unbroken sea. But in the heart of the ark, amidst the turmoil, there was hope. The waters did not last forever. And after the 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark and sent forth a raven. Genesis 8 verse 6, but it was a dove that brought the sign of God's mercy. It returned to Noah with an olive leaf in her mouth, a sign that the waters had receded. Genesis 8 verse 11. At last, the waters began to recede, and the earth dried. God spoke to Noah once again, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou, and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Genesis 8 verse 16. Noah and his family emerged into a world that had been completely transformed. A fresh start. The first thing Noah did was build an altar to the Lord, offering sacrifices, and the Lord smelled a sweet savor. Genesis 8 verse 20-21, and God made a covenant with Noah, promising that never again would he destroy the earth with a flood. God set his bow in the clouds as a sign of his covenant with all living creatures. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. Genesis 9 verse 13. The ark, a symbol of salvation, became a testament to the faithfulness of God and the enduring power of obedience. Noah's story is one of redemption, hope, and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, God's grace is greater than any storm. The floodwaters may have wiped away the world, but from the ark, a new beginning arose, one of promise, one of life. And the rainbow still shines in the sky, reminding us of the promise that God will never again destroy the earth with a flood.